Hanukkah Sameach, everyone. Happy Hanukkah. Usually, I'm not sitting. I'm representing the ADHD community in the United States of America. And for me to sit is very rare and unique, but Daniel forced me, so I have to sit. So special to be here tonight when it's Hanukkah and there is so many things going on, parties and events, and you guys dedicate the night and the time to be here, to bring more light, to have unity and dedication to Torah, to growth, to mitzvot. Would like to ask you a question about Hanukkah that I'm sure all of you asked themselves, but first, I don't know if you know some history. When was the first time they were able to light menorah publicly in the United States of America? Back then, if you're looking 60, 70 years ago, it was something that you do in your house. You do it inside. You don't go public. Today everybody does that. It's becoming like there's not even one neighborhood in all America that you don't find a Chabad rabbi lighting menorah on the street. I think it was 1974, 78 when was the first time they were able to light menorah outside, and was the first time that they light the menorah in the White House, Washington, D.C. President was Jimmy Carter. It was the fourth night of Hanukkah actually. And remind me the story, because I don't know if you realize, but the menorah have all the candles prepared. And that's remind me the story that when the rabbi was lighting the menorah in the White House, it was the fourth night, so he says the brachot, everybody say amen, and he light the menorah. How many candles you light in the fourth night of Hanukkah? 4 candles. So the rabbi is lighting 4 candles. Mr. President, back then, Jimmy Carter is telling him, hey, what's wrong with you? Why are you lighting only half of the menorah? And he's like, listen, it's the 4th night of Hanukkah. He says, no, you don't understand. I don't care what you do in your house. This is the White House. You light the menorah. The entire menorah. And he's like, and he didn't know what to do. And he lighted the entire menorah. The 4th night of Hanukkah, first menorah in the United States of America in the White House was actually the entire 8 candles of the menorah. And I'm not talking here about the halacha cliff, was okay or not okay. But that's bring the question of why we light it every day, different amount of candles. First night, like tonight, only 1, tomorrow 2, 3, 4. What's the point? Why we don't light, if it's Hanukkah, every night 8 candles? It's nicer, it's beautiful, it's meaningful, bring more light. Why every night it's a different amount of candles? And I don't know if you're familiar, but it's actually an argument in the Talmud. When Bet Hillel are saying that you need to light every night, you need to add another candle. First night 1, second night 2, etc. But Bet Shammai, they actually say do the opposite. First night 8, second night 7. What's the argument? It's very rare. Why are you going to go down? I understand to go up, to go higher. Jewish people, we elevate ourselves, we grow, we do more. You cannot do today something that 2 years ago was okay. Imagine today you will be satisfied with something that you were happy with when you were bar mitzvah or bat mitzvah. That doesn't make any sense. Now you're mature, you got older. You want different things. You're in a different stage in life. So therefore every night you should light more candles. But somebody says, no, when you attack the darkness, when you're coming to fight against the challenges, you come with, full force with the heat, 8 candles. And then you can go down little by little when things are relaxed and you get used to it. Obviously the halacha is like Bet Hillel, what we do. But the real question is, why do we light 8 candles in the first place? The mitzvah, the halacha is to light 1 candle every night. If you open the source, the mitzvah is ner ish ubeito. And it's something that the Talmud is telling us, if you want to do more, you want to be mehader. Mehadrin mina mehadrin. You want to go higher and higher and to become better and better. So therefore, every night you should add another candle. But you don't see it with any other mitzvot. You don't see people go the extra mile with other mitzvot, with matzot. Why, you're going to spend now $200 on a pound of matzah because it's more kosher, or you're going to buy a trog for $2,000 because it's more. No, you do the mitzvah and you're happy with it. Why on Hanukkah, everyone, non-religious people, secular people, everyone, you're not going to find one person who's lighting one candle on the 8th day of Hanukkah. Impossible. But it's extra. Why? In any other mitzvot we do the minimum. But in this special mitzvah, it's something that everyone go the extra mile. It seems like the miracle was nothing to do with the oil. I know that today this is the main thing, everybody talk about it, but there's something much more than that. Not even the victory. Think about it. Very small group of Jewish people going to attack an empire. The Greeks, they were controlled the whole world. It was not easy. And not even that we celebrate, and I will prove it to you. Hanukkah, as you know the word Hanukkah, it means Chanu Kafei. What it means Chanu Kafei? That the Jewish people part, it means they stopped, they were able to rest on the 25th of Kislev. So when they actually had the victory, the day before, right? The 24th of Kislev. But if you actually read some history in Josephus Flavius or Maccabee book or different history books, you're gonna find out that the war between the Maccabees and the Greeks took 26 years. I don't know if you know about it, 26 years. It's interesting to know that when the Jewish people came back to Israel to build the second temple, the second Bet HaMikdash, we were not in charge of Israel. We didn't have power. It was the Persian Empire, and then the Greeks took over, but the Jewish people were not in charge of Israel. They were not the government or the king or nothing. They were just able to live as Jewish people, and that's it. But when the Maccabees, they started the war against the Syrian Greeks, actually it was Alexander the Great that was able to take over the whole world. And when he went to India, he died when he was 33 years old. He was very young, and some says he was killed, some says was whatever, different kind of sickness. 33 years old, he died, and after he died, there was a fight between his people, and they divided to a few different groups. One of them took Egypt. His name was Talmai the king, the one who translated the Torah to Greek. There was Antiochus. Antiochus was just the name of a king, but was many of them, like Pharaoh, like we said. So actually the story of Hanukkah was Antiochus before. He was in Syria, and they were those who attacked the Jewish people. The Syrian Greeks, they attacked the Jewish people. And you ask yourself, why are we celebrating something that happened 2,000 years ago? It's meaningless today. We don't have the temple today. We don't have menorah. We don't have the Kohanim. What's the celebration all about? Why are you going to celebrate something that happened 2,000 years ago when it's meaningless? Because even back then, they didn't have an access to Bet HaMikdash for 26 years. So they didn't light the menorah for 26 years before the story of Hanukkah. So you think they care about extra 7 days? Oh, we got the miracle of the oil, extra 7 days. Also, how many miracles we had in the history of the Jewish people?
A lot.
Thousands of miracles, a lot. Lots of miracles. We're doing holidays for those miracles? We don't. We don't do holidays for any miracle. You know how many miracles we have? No one is going now to celebrate a miracle of extra oil from 2,000 years ago. Doesn't make any sense. Especially when today we don't have the Tamikdash, we don't have the menorah, we don't have the Kohanim, we don't have a pure oil. So what's the point? More than that, the rabbis are telling us that when Mashiach will come, all the holidays will be nullified completely, but Hanukkah will stay. Because Hanukkah is a special holiday. Happy Hanukkah! Wow! And I don't know if you realize But the whole world celebrates Hanukkah. Everywhere you go, you see the menorah. You're not going to see on Sukkot people outside with the shaking the lulav. It's random. Hanukkah, everywhere you go, you see menorah. Any bank in South Florida, they have menorah. Any building. I live in Bal Harbor, you go there, every building, every hotel, they have a menorah on the street, every neighborhood, they have a menorah. It's unique, rare, and doesn't make any sense. Not only that, people feel connected to the light of the menorah. You can look at it, you enjoy it. Secular people, people who don't even keep Yom Kippur, but they get engaged with the light of Hanukkah. Why? What's so special about it? The thing is that the Greeks, they didn't came to attack the Jewish people physically. That wasn't a war killing the Jewish people. That was not the point. They were trying to prevent the Jewish people from keeping the laws of the Torah, following the mitzvot of Hashem. That's what they were trying to do. Why? What's bothered them? They didn't care if you're going to live as a Jewish people. They weren't against the Jewish people, like you see today, when it's, anti-Semitism raising everywhere in America and Europe, obviously, the Arab countries. That's not what happened back then. They didn't care. You want to be Jew, be Jew. They care about that we follow after mitzvot, who doesn't make any sense for them, like keeping Shabbat. Why you stop one day, like doing Kiddush HaChodesh? It means that we are in charge of times. That's bothered them. Brit Milah, why you have a covenant with God? Who you think you are? What exactly are you doing? The life, it's here and now. It's not about what's going to happen tomorrow or after life. And bothered them the connection between the Jewish people and God. And they were going against that connection. That was the fight all about. And this fight never stopped. Till today, we don't celebrate a miracle of light that was able to stay 7 days. We celebrate light that remained for 2,000 years. That's what we're celebrating. We're celebrating a fight, a war against our connection with God. And therefore, we don't remember the victory that we had. We remember the day after the victory, that we were able to relax, to calm, to stop, to rest, and to go back to the Torah, mitzvot, ma'asim tovim, to our connection with God. We celebrate Hanukkah on the 25th of Kislev, the day that we're able to go back to the Wednesday night classes. Not the day that we were able to fight against the Greeks. Jewish people don't celebrate victory. That's not what we do. We're not Germany. We don't care about those things. We celebrate the ability to work on ourselves, to grow, to improve, to elevate, to become the best version of ourselves. That's why on Hanukkah, it's the only mitzvah that we do. Mehadrin mina mehadrin. Everyone, any Jew, wants to do the best. If it's coming to other mitzvot, Shabbat, I don't drive, but it's okay, I can watch TV. Lulav, it's okay, I'm going to shake something in shul. But menorah, everyone wants to do the best. Everyone wants to light every night more, and wants to grow, and wants to go higher. Because Hanukkah represents time that we were able to fight, not for our life, for our connection with our soul, with God, with purpose in life. Each one of us in this room, waking up in the morning, and you have something in mind. Either you go to learn, you go to work, you're going to meet someone, but you want to achieve yourself. You want to be happy. You want to feel that you make a difference. You want to feel accomplishment. You ask yourself, why God put you here in this world? What's the reason behind? What's our mission? What's the purpose in everything? Hanukkah is a moment, it's a holiday that we celebrate the understanding, the awareness, the ability to recognize our purpose in life. That is to bring light to the whole world, to become light to the nations. That's why we put the menorah everywhere, not just in our house. But we're putting it at the window, the door, outside, because we want to bring light to the nations. This is not only for us, it's for everyone around us. If you come into a dark room with a candle, and the room is not dark anymore, but it's still dark in the corner, who are you going to blame? The corner or the guy with the light? Who is responsible to bring light to the corner of the dark room? The corner itself or the person who comes with the light? What do you think? Who is in charge? When we see people dying in Syria or Lebanon, or people dying because they have no food in Africa, it means that it's dark in the corner. You know who is responsible? We are responsible for anything that is happening in this world, because we are the ones with the light. We in a big, large room full of darkness, and we coming with a torch. The torch of Hanukkah, torch of history, torch of legacy of the Jewish people, of emunah, of faith, of trust, of believing in God. And if it's still dark in the corner, or worse than that, it's still dark inside sometimes, in our heart, or to our people around us. If you have a friend that is in a bad mood, or someone in the family that is depressed, or is not happy, it means that you're not bringing enough light. And that's why we celebrate Hanukkah. Not to remember something that happened 2,000 years ago. We don't care about those things. It's not an history class. That's not what we do. We also don't celebrate victory. And for sure, we're not celebrating miracles that happen that doesn't have any change to our life today. The only thing that we celebrate is opportunities. It's ability to grow. Its ability to bring light to ourselves and to everyone around us. When God made the miracle that the oil will last for 8 days, He did it for one reason: to show us that He's here and He cares about us. Like a father who loves his son, and everything that he will do, it's because he's obligated as a father. But then when he comes to his son with a little chocolate or ice cream or lollipop, that he doesn't have to do it, this is the moment that the son knows that his father loves him. I always say this example of relationship. If you're married and you're taking care of your wife, let's say, example for the men, and let's say that you pay $20, $30, $40, $50,000 a month with mortgage, with tuition for the kids, with insurance, with cars, with this, with food, with stuff. You get no thank you. You get nothing. But all of a sudden, you come with flowers for Shabbat, cost you $12.99 in Publix, and all of a sudden, thank you, honey, you were amazing, I love you, you're so romantic, you're the best. Why? You just spent $50K on a month just to pay the fixed cost. No thank you, no recognition, no nothing. I have to. What do you mean? It's your responsibility, your obligation, you this, you that. But all of a sudden, a few roses and wow, honey, you're the best thing ever happens to me. Come every day. Why? Because it's the extra mile. You don't have to do it. There's no expectations. You're doing it because you love. You're doing it because you care. You're doing it because you're willing to do something that you don't have to, you don't need to, you want to. When God gave extra light to the Jewish people, He didn't do it because He need to. He didn't do it because He had to. He need to save the Jewish people. That's yes. You know why? Because God swore that He will save the Jewish people. To Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob. And He told Moshe Rabbeinu, Aaron, King David, I will take care of you. So that's you have to do. So that's very nice, but that doesn't mean so much to us. Because as a father, He obligated to save His children. So we don't celebrate victory. This is a minimum to survive. What do you mean you're going to kill the Jews? Who's going to save us? this guy from Iran, what is his name? Khomeini. Who's gonna save us? And who's gonna save us? God. So when God's saving us, it's obvious. But when God gives you extra light, it's not obvious. There's no expectations. We don't need it. We had 26 years with no light. Today, 2,000 years, no Bet HaMikdash, no Kohanim, no menorah. You know what God gave us when He gave us extra light for 7 days? What God gave us? He gave us love, passion, unity, connection, relationship, opportunity, recognition. That's what God gave us. And this is what we celebrate on Hanukkah. On Hanukkah we celebrate the zchut that we have to be connected to Hashem. But it's not enough. It's not enough because it's not only about us receiving from God. It's about us giving to everyone around us. And that's why we light the menorah. And that's why every night we're adding more light and more light and more light. Not just for us, not just for our friends, not just for our family, but to the whole world. We are light to the nations. Why? Because now when we're connected with God, we become godly. And when you become godly, you're doing exactly what God is doing. And God is giving. So you become a giver. God providing light, so you providing light. Tonight is the first night of Hanukkah, and each one of us have the opportunity to receive from Hashem so many blessings and light and shefa. Tonight we're creating the vessel, the kli, to bring the blessing that Hashem is giving us. The light. Doesn't matter what you need. If you're looking to get married, if you want to have kids, if you want to make money, if you want to have briut, you want to go to college, doesn't matter what you want. Tonight and tomorrow and the next 8 days is the time of the year that we have so much light around us and everyone can take. Everyone can take from the light with one condition. One condition. You have to be connected. If you get connected to the light, you'll have it. And the rabbis are telling us, and it's mentioned in Kabbalah many times, that the power that we have tonight, it's a special light to go all the way back to Or HaGanuz, to the light in the moment when Hashem created the whole world. That's why we have 8 days of Hanukkah. 7 days for the 7 days of creation. And number 8, it's above and beyond. Infinite. Hanukkah, it's a holiday that you go above nature, above time, above space, above your luck. Hanukkah is the time that you can break the walls. You can change everything in your life. You can make a decision that you grow, that you improve, that you elevate yourself, and you'll do it. Why? Because Hanukkah is the moment that we don't celebrate the past. We celebrate today and we celebrate future. And this is the light all about. My blessing to all of us, that when you see the light of the menorah, and I would like everyone to look at the menorah now, because the flame that you see is your soul. Ner Hashem Nishmat Adam. The body is the oil. The word oil in Hebrew, Hashem, and it's the same letters of Neshama. And the flame is jumping on top of the wick that you see and the oil. Just like our soul is jumping on top of our head. But you see the connection. The moment you stop the connection, you will have no light. When we're looking into the light of the menorah, is the time that we get connected to our soul. And I want to bless all of us that with the light, with the miracles, with the blessings of Hanukkah, each one of us will be able to grow and to achieve ourselves and to improve our actions and our thoughts and everything that we're doing every day, just like you light and you add more light on each night of the Hanukkah. We will be able to bring more light into the nights of our life. When it's dark and it's difficult and it's complicated and it's not easy, we will bring light because we are the Maccabim, we are the Hashmonaim. We don't give up. We don't care who you are and who will attack us. We're here to stay forever with light, with connection to Hashem, with Torah, and with our soul. We will stay here forever with so much blessings, happiness, success, and lots of achievement. Everyone, happy Hanukkah, Hanukkah Sameach. Thank you so much for coming. I would like to call, we have guests from Israel. We have two soldiers over here, Tomer and Harel, right? Those are the names. Please join us.
לדבר קרוב, סבבה עכשיו.
שומעים אותי ככה? Can you hear me like that?
I just realized the entire time I was talking and the mic was off.
Yeah.
You're great. You're perfect.
Okay, so first we're gonna start in reading the names of the people who died in 7th of October. So we're gonna start with that, okay? From our unit, right? So רועי צ'פל, יונתן צור, עמית מוסט, אופיר מלמן, תומר יעקב מזרחי, גלי שקוטאי, הלל סעדון, ענר שפירא, אייל קליין, אושרי משה בוצחק, אור מזרחי, יונתן מימון, אורי ירון, עדי חרב, שוהם משה בן ארוש. All these guys who died in the massacre of 7th October, we lost a lot more than that, unfortunately. But we're here to tell a little story about the light, about good things. So this, my friends, always going to start.
So we're going to talk about our commander, Roy Chapel. Before 7th of October, we both served in the West Bank, and it was a stressful time. We did a lot of arresting, we did a lot of things. And our unit was in a bad situation. All of the guys were really sad and with no they didn't want to go to arrest people. They just want to sit down and not to do anything. And Ray, our commander, came and did a conversation for all of us.
The new commander.
Yeah, he was a new commander.
He just joined the unit, and he made us like a really big conversation with all of us. Like he brought everyone here, and he was like, "What are you guys doing here? Do you want to stay here? Do you want to keep doing that shit every day? Do you want you can go. The door is over here. You don't even need to do anything, right? I want you, that's what he said, Roy Chapel Zichro Livracha. Roy told us, I want to see the light in you. I want to see you wake up in the morning, like smile for no reason at all. Like even if you have like shitty day and you feel like all busted and stuff, still have a smile, give a smile for your friends. Like say have a good day. Continue.
So he asked us if we've seen the lights, if there is the lights about everyone, and I'm sure everyone feeling the lights and feeling the thing that we have with us, like. And he said, "Do you feel it? Do you really feel it?" Just looking at our eyes, of all of us, and we said, "Yeah." All of us said, "Yeah, we're feeling it. We have the little spark. Even if it's a little spark, it's the spark, and we can feel it. We want to serve, we want to protect our country, that's why we're here." And he said there's much more than that. Like, if you're going to smile, like Ariel said, he's going to influence him. If I'm going to smile, I'm going to be like sad, there is like energy between us. It's going to affect him, not in a good way. So he said us, we were like the commanders in the army. He said, even you too, you have like a lot of responsibility, because when you wake up and you're smiling and you start cleaning all of your stuff, so the soldier is gonna see you. You wake up in the morning and you're smiling. What the fuck is going on? Like, sorry. Like what is going on? How? I'm sorry. And he's going to say like, what is going on? How is happening? And it just happens. And you wake up in the morning and you just start to smile, and the little life that everyone has here, and I
The
am
whole
sure
environment changed just in a few days. From when you can see people just land on the sofa, just doing nothing, feeling like saying like all type of stuff like, oh man, I want to go home. I can't stand this place. I want to go home already. To a place that they're doing like, hey bro, let's work out together. You know what? Let's do something. Let's train for our new arrest. You know. Yeah. So that's all thanks to him. Yeah. That's it. That's a small story.